Welcome to race number 5 for the Race for ALS Charity Championship hosted by Neon Blur Racing. We're at race number 5 at Catalunya. It's a little bit of a smaller grid today. We can expect to see that due to the 24 hours of Nürburgring hosted by Tora running last night, this morning, and the day before. So a small grid here is kind of expected. Hopefully we can get a bigger grid coming into the final race at Dubai. However, still got a pretty big race on our hands. Big championship points between Mr. Sunshine and Larry B. the G. Chavez and Ultra Prime also have some good points they can score here tonight, as long as they just finish. But the main battle we're going to be focusing on is Larry B. the G and Mr. Sunshine, as I can see them both struggling a little bit here, as they're both a little... I mean, Sunshine said he got a good rest, but Larry might be a little whiplash from the Tora stints last night. It's rough. Believe me, I'm running off of 5 hours of sleep and a lot of Red Bull. So let's get race number 5 for the RFA Race ALS Charity Championship. Also, before we continue, thank you, Blind ASGen, for the $20 donation. If you'd like to donate to our fundraiser, there will be a link in the description or the comments or the chat, depending on which platform you're on, for the PayPal fundraising link. Or you can donate directly on Twitch. All proceeds and any revenue generated from this championship will go straight to the ALS Association. Alright, with that being said, let's get qualifying underway. And welcome to qualifying for race number 5 for the Race for ALS Charity Championship. We're on board with Ultra Prime as they head down to turn 1 at Catalunya, a very tricky track. See how they manage on this difficult long lap. But I'm not gonna lie, Catalunya is a very fun track. One of my favorites, to be honest. I know people will rather kill me for saying that, but I like Catalunya. It's a good track, in my opinion. My professional opinion. It's a very small grid right now. We'll hop on with our leaders as they're coming around and out. First hot lap. Sunshine, Larry B. the G, and Chavez all very close on pace today. Excuse me, I'm trying to pull up the track map on my laptop, and my windows are being very annoying. They're not cooperating at all. Okay, we'll just open that on its own tab. I have to open it on my other computer. Alright, here we go. We're rounding out lap number 1. This is not a hot lap, it's their warm-up lap. And after the warm-up lap, they'll set their first hot laps of the session. Alright, I'm trying to get my computer set up. I'm a little discombobulated today. Here we go, Sunshine, Larry B. the G, and Chavez starting their first flying laps at Catalunya for race number 5 for the Race for ALS Charity Championship. Turn 1, a difficult long right-hander, followed by a sweeping left-hander. They're really easy on paper, but they're tricky corners to get right. And then we have rounding out this long, fast right-hander, which you gotta just floor it as long, get on the gas as early as possible, so that you can get a good run out of the corner on another sweeping right-hander. This one's a bit tighter though, again, focusing on that exit speed as you come down to a downhill section, and with a banked, I think it's negatively banked. It's downhill left-hander, so it's really difficult to get the car in and keep it in, because the car wants to weave to the, not weave, but move to the right as you're getting on the power, because of the way the weight's transferring. Alright, we almost have the track map up. Internet's being really slow today. through the hairpin. Larry B the G and Mr. Sunshine really close in pace here. We're going through the final chicane. That's the wrong track map. That's the one without the chicane. I'm winning here. Need the track map with the chicane. There we go. And here they go, their first laps. Down and about, and Larry B the G takes provisional pole over Mr. Sunshine. And I'm guessing Larry took pole due to a clean lap and Sunshine dirtied his lap. However, Sunshine's lap was almost a second faster. Chavez holding third and Ultra Prime in fourth. Hop on board with provisional pole. Larry B the G. They're turns 7 and 8, a very tricky combo, as it's a tight left-hander that then snaps right slightly uphill. It's very difficult to get right and get fast. I don't think it's too bad in these cars because they're really easy to rotate, but they are also understeer at the same time. It's a mid-engine supercar, but it's a small wheelbase, so you know you can get it to turn around these corners really easy. You can also get it to over-rotate really easily if you're not careful, because that smaller wheelbase means that the rear wheels are more likely to kick out. I think does that say "Be the Hedge" on Larry B the G's? Or "Be the G"? Am I stupid? I might be stupid. We're rounding out turn number 16 to the start-finish straight. We'll see if the grid is able to change it all. Mr. Sunshine takes provisional pole from Larry B the G. Larry B the G slides down to second, and Chavez holds third. Ultra Prime holding fourth. Ultra Prime with a... That's Chavez, sorry. Chavez with a big lockup into turn 1. Oh, Chavez running wide in the sharp left-hander. Way too late on the brakes, trying to push as hard as you can, but overdid it into that tricky braking zone. I'm not sure if he locked up at all. I was looking away for a moment. Catalunya is a very technical track in some places, especially here at this right-hand corner, that you can hold a lot of speed through, but holding too little, you lose so much time down the straightaway, but holding too much, you'll run wide into the sand there. It's a really tricky game. Sends it around the hairpin. That was a beautiful line. Might have a late joiner for this race who isn't participating in qualifying right now. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Larry G and Mr. Sunshine improving on their laps, but Sunshine still almost a second faster. Chavez into pits, possible damage. Sunshine needs this race win desperately, because Larry B the G is currently the points winner, points leader at this time. I'm correct. Oh! I never updated the results from the last race. Huh. So I can't tell you who's leading in the points because I am behind on that. Well, that will be updated after this race. It'll be a mystery to see where the points are. Yeah, that's... I'm really out of it. I'm so hyped for the new game, and been on job hunts. You know, Target doesn't want to hire me. Isn't that crazy? I have all the jobs, they wouldn't hire me. I get why. But been job searching, trying to figure stuff out. It's stressful. But also I often have terrible work ethic when I'm just at home. It could be part to blame ADHD, but I don't know, I'm not diagnosed. Anyways, enough of my rant. Back to focusing on qualifying. Running out another lap. Sunshine going through the final corner to start finish straight. Let's see if he's able to improve on that 1:55.789. He does improve by a whole 4/10. That was a great lap from Sunshine. And Larry breaks into the 55 marks with a beautiful lap, but it is not enough to take provisional pole. Yet again, do note, they are starting side by side on the same row. So, at this point, trying to out-qualify each other is to see who gets to pick which side they start on. Because pole position picks the side they start. Oh wait, no. It's not a rolling start. It's a grid start. My bad. Man, I'm so out of it. Holy moly. 5 hours of sleep is not good for you. So yeah, first position does decide which side you're on. Like, each position, odds and evens will change which side you start on. Man, I need a nap. I'm on board with provisional second place. I was thinking that this was a rolling start race, and if it was a rolling start race, pole position does get to pick which side they start on. But this is a grid start series. And Sunshine is just pulling away from Larry. I don't think this is going to be a race that pit strategy will fall into amount, but I don't know. The way Larry planned for Monza's strategy, we'll have to see how he planned here. Also, they're burning a lot of fuel. They're past almost half a tank through qualifying. I believe this race is about 30 to 40 minutes long, so we'll have to see how that plays out. No changes in position. And Larry the B the G is going to stop to end his qualifying session there. Holding provisional second position. Both drivers unable to improve. Looks like Sunshine might be trying to go for another lap, or is just trying to get some more practice in. Hop on with Ultra Prime, holding up the back of the grid. Still, if he finishes this race, he's going to get 4th place points, which showing up to races can really benefit you in the long run. We don't have drop rounds for this championship. So every race you show up to means a lot in the points. Even if you're last out of the 4 here, he's still going to get really solid points. And getting solid points here can set you up for a good points finish at next week at double points at Dubai. That'll be the final race at NBR for Forza Motorsport 7. Ultra Prime crossing the line. Is he able to improve on his previous lap? Does not improve. Like running wide in the hairpin there cost him a bunch of time. As Sunshine pulls off the track and waits with Larry B the G, we'll just wait for the timer to clock down. I don't think we're going to see any big movements in the grid here. There's a big difference between second and third and fourth. Big skill gaps. At Dubai, well, not Abu Dhabi, but the Dubai fictional circuit in Forza, we had a good skill range so that everyone had somebody to battle with. It was looking pretty good, like a good race, but then the attendance dropped off at Monza. It looks like it's going to continue to. And that is qualifying over? Question mark? Yep. Qualifying over for race number 5 for the race for ALS Charity Championship. Let's look at the grid order now. First, LL Mr. Sunshine with an 01.55, 369. Second, Larry the G with an 01.56, 267. Chavez in third with an 01.58, 894. And Ultra Prime, last but not least, with an 02.10, 257. Alright, hang tight while we get ready to get our race underway. And it looks like Mailman might join us for the race. We may have an extra driver on the track to watch for. So we're on board for race number 1 for the race for ALS Charity Championship. Race number 5 at Catalunya, and we're going into turn number 1. On board with Sunshine and Larry B the G. So we're side by side into the braking zone. Mr. Sunshine has the inside line to Larry on the outside, and holy moly, Ultra Prime just drove right into the sand trap in the background. Luckily, he didn't take anyone with him. It looks like he completely missed the braking zone and just went straight into the gravel trap. Chavez looking to try and challenge the battle between Sunshine and Larry B the G right now, as this could be a 3-way fight or a 4-way fight if we see Mailman in the back, who joined after qualifying to add a little bit to the grid numbers here. He's had very little practice, or at all any practice on this track with the car. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's able to drive here. And I want to apologize that the counter in the bottom left is in feet and not time. I just got from a tourist stint. Forgot to change it. Commentary might be a little light today, because I am running on very little sleep, and this lobby has just been a total mess because of that. But Larry B the G so far leading the race from Sunshine. Still really early on, anything can happen here. An eye on the track map here to keep an eye on the gaps between other drivers. Sunshine and Larry B the G are right on top of each other, while there's a good bit of a gap forming between Sunshine and Chavez, and a gap between Mailman and Chavez. Larry B the G getting a really good run out of the final corner down the start-finish straight, running out lap number 1 to lap number 2. Hard in the brakes into turn 1. We'll have to see if Larry B the G is going to pull off one of his classic pit strategies that are going to save him, or get him, or not save him, that are going to get him a win. It's like if you had a volume knob for how smart your thoughts were. Mine is like turned down to a quarter. I'm not firing on all cylinders right now. I'm getting really unlucky for these commentary videos. Last week I was sick while doing it. This week I'm tired Hopefully next week I'm okay. It'll be a long race at Catalunya. I believe Sunshine's still in the draft of Larry B the G here. That might be keeping him close. The G might be faster and in consistency terms. Sunshine might be better in a lap. Let's actually look at their telemetry real quick. Let's see if they're lifting and coasting at all to save fuel. This is a long race, 30 laps around Catalunya. A lot of driving, and I don't doubt that they're gonna have to make a pit stop, maybe two. I think it's possible to one stop, but it's gonna be tight. So we'll have to see what Larry B the G pulls off here, or Sunshine, as they're both. I mean, Larry has always been about strategy. He planned out the whole Monza race on a notebook last week, and we'll have to see if he's able to pull off that same kind of strategy here today at Catalunya. It doesn't look like he's lifting much. We'll keep an eye on the telemetry. See if anything changes between them. Fez and Mailman setting almost equal lap times at last lap. That's a battle we'll keep an eye on. Mailman is pretty quick. He's about the same pace as me. And Chavez is up there too, so I think they're going to have a good battle back there if Mailman's able to catch Chavez. Chavez had a really good run early on. It looks like he's fallen back a little bit. Keep an eye on the gaps between the leaders as we'll hop on board with Chavez, who is battling for another podium tonight. And the bottom left in the map will watch the gaps between our top two, as right now we're on board with Chavez, who's being followed by Mailman. We come through turns 8 and 9, tricky sections of the track, really easy to mess up and lose time. Sunshine is a second slower than Larry last lap. It's a long race, so it's a real battle of consistency too. But if they're able to stay on top of each other for long enough, well, they're going to start slowing each other down. They're battling, and that could possibly mean Chavez might be able to catch them. We'll see. Chavez is way off the pace of those two. Hell, I would be way off the pace of those two. They're ridiculously fast. So, I don't know. We'll see. Relampago won against those two at Maple Valley due to a similar thing. Just being consistent. Larry the G had several incidents, and Sunshine had an incident that caused him to pit. I don't think we're on a high enough risk track to see something like that happen, because this track is it's a lot easier than Maple Valley. Because there's runoff, there's less tire walls. There are some areas where the tire walls get close to the track, but it's definitely not as risky as Maple Valley is. Because those corners at Maple Valley, you gotta throw the car in at 100%. And if you don't make it in at 100%, you're losing so much time. You're leaving time on the table, and you can't do that at Maple Valley. You can't do that in any kind of racing series. I'm on board with our leader once again, Larry B the G, leading another race in the RFA Championship. This is the battle for the championship here. One race left after this, so every finishing position matters. Sunshine has to win this race to have a chance of winning the next one. Well, we'll have a chance of winning the championship. My bad. So I bet Sunshine is on. He's gonna be on it. Not seeing much lifting and coasting so far, so maybe it is just a full-out battle right now. I mean, if your rival's also flat out, then you're not gonna have much to worry about because you're gonna be pitting at the same time. And I think they can pull a big enough gap from Chavez that if they do pit twice or more than the minimum, they might be able to be okay. If there were other drivers in this race, that strategy probably wouldn't work. Wow, Sunshine on the bumper of Larry B the G coming down the start-finish straight. Is Sunshine going to have the run? He's going to be right on the draft, but that's also going to push Larry B the G. It's going to be kind of hard for Sunshine to pass, but is he going to send it up on the inside into turn one? looks like Sunshine's going to back up. He's going to lift off a little bit. He's going to slot in behind. Turn 1 is a tricky passing zone. It's one of the best passing zones. Oh! And Sunshine's going to get a really good run out of turn numbers 2 and into 3. He's going to get the run out of 3 to 4. Oh, it looks like he might. No, he's going to slide in behind Larry B the G. But look at the speed he has coming out of turn number 3. Turn number 4, hard on the brakes. As I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. Shoot. He's focusing on the battle. Okay, Sunshine is figuring out where the pace is now and is pushing hard. Every position matters in this race for these two. But anything could happen. So, we'll have to wait and see how this pans out. I know they're both not the most aggressive drivers, but with Sunshine trying to push for that position, we might see an incident or a mistake happen. We'll have to wait and see. Lap 5 out of 30. Hard on the brakes into the hairpin of turn number 10. Into the final sector they go. Turn 11 and 12. Tricky little section. Twisty. Slow, but also fast at the same time. 12 is slower than 11. On into turn number 13. Hard on the brakes, a 90-degree corner. Then a short little straightaway followed by turn number 14. Hard on the brakes once again for the chicane. It's a really tricky chicane. They're both taking it very clean and very well. While Sunshine has really good pace out of the corners here. As you can see, he right on the bumper of Larry B the G, a little bit further away than last time. It's really difficult to get a run out of that final chicane. Also, we see somebody in the pits. I believe Ultra Prime had to pit, possibly for damage. Sunshine with the best lap overall so far. That is an extra point towards Sunshine. Could help towards this championship battle here. But still, only 6 out of 30 laps to go. Maybe the G might be able to pull something off. He was able to snag best lap at Monza. We'll have to see if he's able to do that again. Now I'm curious if Sunshine's actually strategically driving this. Instead of pushing for the position, he's pushing for the draft. So he's able to lift off while staying behind Larry B the G, using less fuel, less energy, and accomplishing the same pace. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Excuse me, Chavez and Mailman have a pretty good gap to him. Ultra Prime is going to get lapped by Mailman soon. We'll have to see how that goes down. Ultra Prime, fortunately, does not have too great pace here. It's a tricky track and hard one to get used to. However, he's still in it. He's still in it for points. He's not going to get as many points as he would have. Oh! Larry B the G runs wide, and Mr. Oh, crap. I did not mean to do that. Oh, wait. Okay, we're back on board. All right, and Mr. Sunshine was going to try and capitalize on that little incident there, but doesn't seem like he was able to. Not a good space to do it. We see Mailman dealing with Chavez dealing with lap traffic swiftly. I'm on board with LL Mr. Sunshine. Back on board at the dash. They have a good bit of fuel, I believe, but I think they can make it to lap 15. I think they can one-stop this. Already at lap 7, and he's about halfway on his fuel. See how Larry's looking on his fuel. About equal. I think they'll be able to one-stop this. Ooh, Mr. Sunshine on the attack here. Out of number 3. Is he going to try and send it up on the inside? Nope, he's going to slide in behind. It's a really tricky spot to send it on because the racing line cuts to the inside there. If you're not already alongside, you do not have the right to contest the corner like that. Like, if you take out the other person, that's a hefty penalty coming your way. Look, Larry's getting a little out of sorts, getting under pressure from Sunshine falling behind. Sunshine's really good at following in this car, I've realized. He's able to put on the pressure. Ooh, Sunshine getting a little bit in the gravel trap there. He's going to lose a bit of time. Wide out of turn number 9. Lap 7 out of 30. Chavez, the Mailman, and Ultra Prime running their own races so far. So far, so good. Clean drives from all of them. On board with Mailman as he's dealing with lap traffic back here of Ultra Prime. Keep an eye on the battle for first in the bottom left on the map. The Sunshine still behind Larry B the G. Ooh, Ultra Prime running real wide. Is he gonna try and... Ooh, that was tricky. He should have gone around that tire barrier. But Mailman's gonna get through cleanly. Yeah, it's tricky to rejoin on that part of the track. Sunshine falling back a little bit from Larry B the G here. Not getting a good of a run as Larry did out of the final corner, it seems. But look at that, he's going to get the run out of turn number 2. Right on the bumpers. We can see the Lotus letters. There's embroidered in the bumper there on the back. Is it embroidered? Is that the right word? Either way, Sunshine's going to be on the inside of turn number 4. Ooh, he's going to go on the brakes real early. I think Larry's going to hold the position. Ooh, Larry runs wide. Larry overdid it on the brakes and went into the grass and into the sand trap and has a lot of room now left to make up a small mistake, but a huge costing mistake that's going to lose Larry B the G a ton of time. See if he's able to make it up at all, though, as now our race leader is LL Mr. Sunshine. We'll keep an eye on the gaps between first and second as we hop on board with Chavez, who's sitting pretty comfortably in third right now. Could possibly come under fire from Mailman as the race goes on. Ooh, Chavez getting a little squirrely there. Coming into turn number 7 and 8. Great clean racing from everyone. We're already almost halfway through this race. 8 out of 30 laps to go. Now Larry B the G, his championship isn't thrown out the window if he comes second here tonight. However, it does put him in a riskier situation. If he finishes first, I believe he locks out the championship. But if he comes second, he's not losing. But if he comes second, Sunshine still has a chance of winning the championship at Dubai. So we'll have to keep an eye on all that. We're hoping for a big grid next week, but I honestly don't know what to expect. See, Larry looks to be making up some time possibly in Sunshine, if we look at the map. Larry pushing it hard. That might cost him a fuel strat. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know what the fuel strat is. I think it might just be a one stop. But I could be wrong. Oh man, and the beautiful red Lotus. Was going to be our safety car driver today, but due to the lower numbers, Adam Race. Up on board, last but not least, Ultra Prime. I love the livery on that car. Love the flames. I'm not a big fan of flames on a car, but I think it's well done on that livery. And we're back. Sorry about that. Having a quick meal break. Left my cereal bowl in here. Whoops. Sorry about that. Anyways, we're back on board with Larry B the G, who's having to do a comeback drive after a small mistake has cost him first position in the race and a good bit of time between Sunshine and him. Got to push to catch up. He's got a big gap to make up. About halfway through the race, though, he's running out of track, but also has a good bit of track to make this gap come down. Also, Sunshine could make a mistake, but this track isn't as risky as some of the previous ones we've seen, like Maple Valley, where it would be kind of common to see mistakes because you had to be so far on the limit to have any pace. Here, there's the limit. You know, you might touch the grass, flip the sand a little bit. It's a little less of a knife edge for these cars at this track. Turn 7 and 8 can be a little tricky, but it's not that bad. It's not like an F1 car where when you hit the turn 7 inside curb, you fly off the track. It's not like that. However, Sunshine needs this win for a chance to win the RFA Race for ALS Charity Championship. This is his final chance to be able to, like, if Larry wins this race, he locks out the championship. As long as he finishes at Dubai, I believe. I could be wrong, actually. I could be remembering what Sunshine gave me all the numbers last week. I could be remembering them wrong. Rounding out lap 11 to getting on to lap number 12. Up on board with our race leader, LL Mr. Sunshine. Great drive so far, pretty consistent. I think he is faster than Larry V the G on raw speed here. He's also a bit quicker on consistency. He was struggling to get by early on for a few laps. But now after Larry made the mistake, over braking, well, this was technically under braking because he didn't stop enough. Went wide into turn number 4, while Sunshine was contesting the position. I think Larry was trying to outbrake Sunshine to try and hold him on the outside or try and get an undercut out of the corner. It's a little tricky to get an undercut in such a wide corner, but it's possible. And just outdid it. I don't think he was running wide enough to the outside where he clipped the grass. I think he clipped the grass as he was going on the brakes. Also, he could have locked up. We didn't see that from the camera position we got, though. We'll have to hear what happened from the post-race interviews after the race. Let's hop on board with our leaders to check in on fuel. That's going to be something that's going to come into effect very soon here. Starting to run low. Running lower a lot sooner than I thought they would, but I believe they're going to make it to the 15 lap mark. Definitely. Which means they will be able to one-stop this race. So that means Larry might not be able to pull off any crazy fuel strat. I'll have to wait and see how this plays out. Hopping back on board with our race leader, we'll see if they go into the pits. They're also catching up to lap traffic here. Could get interesting here. They're not super close, so as long as they deal with the lap traffic, and lap traffic follows blue flag regulations, I believe we'll have a clean lap traffic procedure. We'll see. Is Sunshine misses the pit lane? He's gonna stay out. See if Larry B the G goes for an undercut. Looks like Larry B the G stays out on track. Turn 1, Mr. Sunshine lapping Ultra Prime here. Oh, Ultra Prime's supposed to give way to the racing line. Kind of tricky to do that there, in all fairness. Mr. Sunshine gets through cleanly. I don't think that's 100% his fault. Still, can't be worse from a few weeks ago at Mugello. We had our first black flag in a long time. I think we've had 2 black flags over the course of the server's history. Or Larry B the G, as he's also dealing with lap traffic, going to be able to get past cleanly. And I believe it is Chavez in the pits. Mailman stays out. And Mailman's going to take 3rd. Chavez also might be getting another podium finish here at Catalunya. Oh, Prime not following blue flag procedures. He's supposed to get off the racing line there. But to be fair, I think he was already making the turn, so it was a little... I don't know, we'll see. Man, look at the gap between Chavez and Mailman, even after Chavez pit. And Mr. Sunshine dives into the pits. Maybe the G follows. So Sunshine's going to have a faster pit stop due to being on first, on pole position. We'll have to see how that plays out. I think it's going to make that big of a difference here. The long pit lane here at Catalunya. So we're past the halfway mark for race number 5 for the Race for ALS Charity Championship at Catalunya. Sunshine's out of the pits and on the gas. And still holds a solid lead against Larry B the G. See what Mailman does for the battle for 3rd and 4th here. Mailman's gonna dive into the pits, just barely making it in before crossing that pit entry line. That was close. I think he went 2 wheels over, which is just barely allowed. Chavez is going to take back 3rd position. Doesn't Millman have a good clean drive so far? Oh, I'm getting an eye strain. That's really annoying right now. Oof, this hurts. Okay. At least we're past the halfway mark, huh? See the leaders catching back up to lap traffic again. Repeating Ultra Prime sailed by. I think the gap between Larry the G and Sunshine has gotten a little bit bigger since they pit. I could be wrong though, because I don't. The distance thing is annoying because it fluctuates so much. Unlike the time gap, that gives you a better, solid reference of how far away they are. Sunshine dealing with live traffic perfectly. Beautiful move. See how Larry deals with lap traffic? 17 out of 30 laps left for race number 5 of the Race for ALS Charity Championship at Catalunya. Maybe the G catching him at an unfortunate time. Ooh! Ultra Prime was able to react and give him the space. Through turn number 14, that was well done from Ultra Prime. Fortunately, though, I think it cost Larry a good bit of time going down the front straight. They round out on to lap 18 out of 30. Leaders are rounding out to lap number 20. 10 laps remaining for race number 5 for the Race for ALS Trading Championship. Sorry for the lack of commentary. Not much going on, plus I'm losing my voice a little bit, so I'm trying to conserve it. Sunshine still leading this race. A good gap from Larry B the G. That mistake may have cost Larry B the G his race here, which could put Sunshine in contestants for winning the championship at Dubai next week. Chavez set for another podium finish tonight. If he finishes, getting another round of good points in for the championship. Uh-oh, we have the black screen of death. Did we get a disconnect? Oh my goodness. Sunshine disconnected from the race. Oh my goodness, Sunshine, after leading so many laps of race number 5, disconnects with 7 to go. And we're still green because we have 4 drivers on the track. If Mailman wasn't racing, that would have been a red flag restart. Wow, that's really unfortunate luck for Sunshine. And this means that Larry B the G is going to lock out the championship due to a disconnect. That is really unfortunate. There's still time though. But car totals themselves or disconnects at any point in this race, there will be a red flag due to there not being enough drivers. However, we'll have to wait and see how this... Oh, man, that is so unfortunate for Sunshine. Was the leading majority of the race, having better pace than Larry. Disconnects towards the end. Still, anything can happen. We'll keep an eye on if we have another DNF. There will be a red flag restart. It's not every day you see Sunshine disconnect from a race. Now this is perfect for Larry. This couldn't have played out any better for Larry. He's gonna get the win. He's gonna lock out the championship for himself. If he shows up next week. Still a bit of laps left remaining. If one person DNFs, there will be a restart. And that could mean everything. Lap 23 out of 30. It's cross your fingers moment for Sunshine. If there's another disconnect. Ooh, there's a glitch there. I say, was there another disconnect? Lap 4 out of 30. Larry B the G locking out the championship. This is not the way I thought this would end. We were looking for a battle to the end between Larry B the G and Sunshine. It could have came down to Dubai, but unfortunately, internet, Forza servers strike. Mr. Sunshine is out of this race. Not entirely yet, though. He's not entirely DNF'd until the race is over, because due to our player count, the one person disconnects or retires between now and the final lap, there will be a restart. That restart would cause some drama, trust me. That's how the rules written. Chavez and Mailman are also going to score really good points now. Chavez in the top in second place. Ooh, Ultra Prime there. Going off into the sand trap, unfortunately. "25 out of 30 laps." I'm happy that Larry's gonna win the championship, but it's so sad seeing it's not skill that, well, I mean, yeah, it is a lot of skill. Larry is very quick and consistent and has been driving really well. He could have still won the championship, but to see Sunshine get kicked down due to a disconnect is super unfortunate. We're not going to end this on a sour note, though, because this is Larry's championship to win. This was an incredible drive from all involved so far. Larry B the G is going to lock out the premium edition and win. Sunshine missing out on points today has costed him and a chance to contest Larry at Dubai. However, I think Sunshine's gonna lock out second position going forward. That's not how you want to see it end. I wanted to see a Max and Lewis fight at Abu Dhabi. Hey, we might still get something like that. However, one DNF left is all it takes for Sunshine to get back into the race. There is still time for the red flag to come out. Wait and see. Is Forza Servers going to be on our side today, or are they not going to be on our side? Curious if it was a game crash or an actual disconnect, because Sunshine's not one I usually think to have disconnects often. Lap 27 out of 30. As they hit lap 30, the red flag restart will be ineligible. If you're Sunshine right now, you are just praying for these drivers to disconnect. Because while a 2-lap or 3-lap sprint is going to be difficult to get to the front when he starts from the back, it's still a chance. But right now he has no chance of winning sitting in the pit lane. Chavez is going to be finishing a good second position for this race. Great drive from Chavez. holding on, is going to finish second. He's been finishing in good points, positions every race so far by showing up. I think he missed one race, but still, missing one race, he's still in good standings in the championship. Getting a little drifty there. Lap 28 out of 30. Four drivers in, the minimum required amount to host a race. If one more drops out, we're gonna have a restart. And it's gonna throw a wrench in everyone. Oh my god, no way. No way. Did it just happen? It's a red flag scenario! We have a red flag out on track. Give me a second. Red flag, red flag. Exit the game, and we're gonna be restarting with 3 laps to go. The positions are as is: Larry, Chavez, Mailman, Ultra Prime, and Sunshine. We're gonna back out of the session. Sunshine, you got your wish. Welcome back. Race number 5 for the Race for ALS Charity Championship. We had a red flag scenario as we had under 4 drivers on the track, which means we have a restart. This might be a comeback drive for Mr. Sunshine. Is he going to be able to make it from last to first, though? I don't know. It's going to be difficult. He's going to have to dive past 3 cars into turn 1 and pass Larry within 3 laps. This is going to be intense. Chavez was looking to get a good second place finish, but he might get that stripped away from him. And everybody's starting on the same lap. And here we go. We're about to get underway for the 3-lap shootout for race number 5 for the Race for ALS Charity Championship. This is the second red flag we've had due to a disconnect like this in our history, I believe. And here we go. Sunshine could still have a chance in the championship if he's able to beat Larry. But 3 laps, it's all or nothing. And here they go, off the start there, green, green, green. Is Sunshine going to be able to get the dive into turn 1? Chavez already contesting him. If Chavez actually contests Larry here, this could be beneficial for Sunshine. And side by side, Chavez is going to get later on the brakes. And Sunshine's already up in the 3rd position. And Chavez running real wide. Larry under threat here. Larry's going to have to defend for 3 laps. This is very stressful for everyone involved. Larry might lose his championship lockout here. This is exactly how Sunshine would have wanted to end this, as getting in front of Larry, winning the race, being able to run away with, well, not run away, but be able to contest it to Dubai. But here we go. Here's where things really matter. Also, Mailman being contesting Chavez here as Sunshine is pushing. Larry is pushing. Everybody's pushing as fast as they can right now. I know there's going to be a battle in the mid-pack, and I want to watch that as best as possible. But this is the championship on the line here between Sunshine and Larry B. the G. They're rounding out lap number 1. Larry's got a good gap from Sunshine so far, and I don't think Sunshine's going to be able to get into the draft yet. Sunshine is faster on pace, but I don't know, he might be a little caught out. He might be getting some nerves running. I mean, I would if I were in those shoes right now. We'll see if Mailman's actually able to get Chavez back, as they were pretty close on pace. But I think Chavez is just a little bit faster. Sunshine has 2 more laps to do it. To get past Larry, he has to win. They're rounding out lap 1 of the 3-lap shootout. No disconnects yet, no safety cars. We're green still. Sunshine's going to get a good run out of the final corner, it looks like. I think he's in the draft. He's not going to slot into the draft yet. As lap 2 of 3, it is coming to an end here. commentator's cursed. Lurks for Larry. Sunshine up 3 positions on the first lap. It was a great first lap effort there. They're getting all those positions down into turn 1. And now look at this. He's on the back of Larry B the G. Now here's the thing. Catching Larry is one thing. Passing him is going to be a whole nother thing. And it's difficult to pass at Catalunya. But Sunshine's going to have to go for whatever he can get. Any gap he sees, he's going to have to send it. Because he only has 2 more laps to finish. To get ahead of Larry. Sorry, I'm getting all caught up. What a crazy turn of events. We love to see it. Drama and close racing always comes hand in hand. Oh, Sunshine making a mistake, I think, going into turn 7. I think he ran wide. I could be wrong. It looked like he did. I might be wrong there. Now to turn number 9. They're still a good bit of ways from each other. They are pushing as hard as they can right now. I don't think Sunshine's not close enough to make a move yet. He's really fast out of the final corner, so if he's able to stick by Larry coming through the final chicanes, to go through heading towards 13 now, he's able to keep through this slower section, he might be able to get past into turn 1. I think Sunshine's a bit quicker here. He's able to rotate the car a little better than Larry is. There they go, onto the final corner. Is Sunshine going to be able to get the run he needs to catch Larry down the back? Finish straight as the white flag is waving for Larry B the G and Sunshine. It is the final lap of race number 5 for the Race for ALS Charity Championship. Sunshine's following behind in the draft. Is now or never. Is he going to dive bomb Larry, or is he going to try and send it towards the end of the lap? If he sends it towards the end of the lap, he might be able to get behind a big lockup from Sunshine. But he's right on the bumper now, as I think Larry made a mistake. No, Larry seems to be good. But Sunshine's really fast to that first sector. Who's going to be able to get the run out of turn number 3? Who's also going to get the fastest lap point for the sprint? It's the fastest lap of the sprint will count for the fastest lap. Bonus points. Look how close Sunshine is. He's right there. Is he going to be able to make the move, though, on this final lap? Heavy on the brakes. At turn number 5. Now heading down to the tricky turn number 7. Well, 6 first. It's a little kink. And then the 7 and 8 combo. It's tricky. Is he going to be able to hold on? He's right there. He's right on the bumper of Larry. He just needs to finish ahead of Larry, and he can still win this championship. But if Larry finishes first, Larry will lock out the championship. This is the kind of battle I wanted to see. I didn't want to see Larry win by just getting by Sunshine just disconnecting. Like, Larry, I'm rooting for you too. But I like to see a close battle and a little bit of contact, and there's a lockup from Larry, and I think a little bit of contact push Larry wide. Oh, and they're running side by side through turn number 11 and 12. Heading towards the final set of corners. They're neck and neck right now. Sunshine running a little wide. He's contesting around the outside here. A little bit of contact, and Sunshine's going to be pushed to the outside line here. It's not going to be as good. He's going to try and get a better run into the final part of the chicane. And one corner remains, and Sunshine's on the inside. I don't think he's going to give up his run on the final corner. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sunshine's going to do it. Sunshine's going to win. And Sunshine wins at Catalunya in the final corner for race number 5 for the Race for ALS Charity Championship. And Sunshine is still in it for the championship. Larry, unfortunately, no longer locks out the championship. Sunshine gets it done in the 5-lap sprint. Larry and Sunshine are now down to the wire in the final race. This is how we wanted to see it end. This is how we wanted to see it end. We want to see a great fight between these two, and I think they're going to bring it at Catalunya. I'm not at Abu Dhabi next week. What an incredible finish. Last corner, and Sunshine has the fastest lap. What a great performance there. We'll look at our final finishing positions. Let me get the... Alright, our provisional results. LL Mr. Sunshine, with the fastest lap of the session, just barely, wins race number 5 at Catalunya. Larry B the G getting bested in that rule technicality. If there was not another disconnect, Larry would have won that race. But Larry still has a chance. Sunshine still has a chance. They just got to bring it to Abu Dhabi. Chavez finishing third. Fourth mailman, and last but not least, Ultra Prime. Stay tuned for post-race interviews coming in a few minutes. Sunshine, what a comeback. I know you were not expecting that. But you're now back in the championship contention, and now you're bringing it to Abu Dhabi against Larry. How are you feeling?
Pretty good, given that I got a second chance at securing the win, which I needed in order to stay in second. I'm a little conflicted with what the implications were for Larry there, but I think I ran a good race up until I legged out, and then we had a really good 3-lap battle at the end, so happy with it.
That was a great drive up until the disconnect. It was really unfortunate. I was hoping that it wouldn't end that way, because you were driving your own good race. You had great pace, great consistency. Larry was also driving well, but winning from a disconnect is kind of it's not cheap because it's not your fault, but it kind of feels
Yeah, right. You don't want to celebrate too much at other people's misfortune. So, I'm just happy we get a chance to settle it for real on the track next weekend. So,
yeah, and I can't wait to see that battle. It's going to be a Max Verstappen versus Lewis Hamilton situation next week.
I hope not, because last time that happened, the words Michael Maisie were thrown around. So, but if Larry keeps feeding his car Wheaties, it'll be interesting.
All right, congrats on the win. Can't wait to see you bring it next week.
Thanks.
Larry be the G. What a turn of events that was. Also an emotional turn of events. It looked like Sunshine was going to win the race, then he disconnected, then you were going to lock out the championship, then there was the restart, and he got you on the final turn on the last lap. How are you feeling about that?
Well, I guess the script writers did the last race shootout a week early, but I mean, I feel a bit conflicted about it too. But I think Sunshine deserved the win today because he definitely had the legs on me and ran a cleaner race up until the disconnect. So, I mean, it was really weird, like how I was supposed to feel racing him for it on the because I think he definitely deserved to win, but at the same time, I didn't want to just let him die, so I raced him for it, and so I'm glad we can take it to the last race next week either way.
How confident are you going into next week?
I like Abu Dhabi a lot more than Catalunya, so I guess my schedule is pretty clear as far as Forza races are concerned, since Forza 7's wrapping up here, so I'll definitely be putting in some practice throughout the week to try to seal the deal here.
Oh yeah, we can't wait to see you there. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, Chavez. Really clean race out there. Finished third. Almost looked like you were going to finish second before the red flag came out. How are you feeling about this race?
It was a pretty nice race. It's a track I really enjoy driving, so it was easy to keep a good pace. After the first lap, I saw that they were going away, and we had to save a little bit of fuel, so I decided to play it safe, not make any stupid mistake, so Mailman can catch up and pass me, because it's not an easy track to overtake, so I knew as long as I keep my lap time consistent, I had third place. But yeah, Sunshine was flying at one stage, and then it was when I decided to get to my own pace. I was never going to catch them, so fun race overall. The shootout, I almost threw it away, but keep it together afterwards. Yeah.
Glad you finished there. I believe you've secured third place in the championship so far. Due to Relampago having disconnect issues the previous weeks, you're now in third, I believe. The sheets are a little outdated, but going towards the next race, if you finish in a good position, I believe you're securing yourself a copy of the new Forza Motorsport.
Nice. Looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. Alright, next in line, Mailman.
Hey.
A little weird seeing you on track. How was the drive?
It was fun. The car did really well with me having no practice. Just wish the rear tires were a little wider.
Yeah, you and your wide tires. For making you race, though, I'm gonna race in the Nürburgring event.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah.
Like I really want people to do this really stupid thing.
It's our second to last event. I'm not gonna miss it.
Yeah, I'm just now coming to terms how dumb the build actually is.
The meme in the special event chat sums it up pretty well.
Oh yeah, Twilight. I think.
Yeah.
I hope he does this. Because that means we just need one more. And that might be Sunshine.
Yeah, I'll be
So-
there. I'll do it.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Just remember, for the love of God, fuel and tires.
Oh yeah, seriously. Alright, next in line. Ultra Prime, another finish.
Another one, yes, and I'm glad to be back.
And you know what's crazy?
What's up?
You finished on the lead lap.
Thank God. I think what happened was someone disconnected the internet over here,
Oh,
and
from
that's
your
what
house.
happened. Yeah, like someone kicked the cord to the router, and it went. I was like, no,
Are you sure this wasn't a crash gate to try and get Sunshine back in the lead?
no. I mean, it would have been different story, but no, I didn't do that. Because I was like working on it, and I'm like, come on, car, go. We got the gears
Hey.
to work better this time.
Yeah, I was noticing that. The car looked a lot better.
Oh yeah. It was just I was up late too last night with like a stomach bug.
Oh, that's worse.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
like I was just laying there in pain all night, and I'm like, ugh. But we'll do better next week.
Yep, last race coming up next week, and
Yeah.
you're also. I think you might get fifth or fourth if you finish next week.
Something better than nothing.
The championship. Yeah, you're gonna beat Relan and Oliver. As long as you finish, you gotta finish the race.
That's the truth. Yeah.
All right, thank you all for racing this week, and see you all next week at the finale.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Coin.
Thank you.
Of course. Join us next week for NBR's final Forza Motorsport 7 event. We have nothing else on the calendar except for a special event in a few hours. Actually, less than an hour. And congrats to everyone who raced in this championship so far. It's been great. It's been awesome. However, it's our final next week. Sunday is our final Forza Motorsport 7 event. We will no longer be playing on Forza Motorsport 7 going forward. We're probably going to take about a month break from Forza, Forza Championships to get familiar with the new game, get everything planned out coming up, because we like to plan in advance so that people know what's going on and so we don't conflict with other servers as much as possible. So next Sunday will hopefully be a big race. We're going to try and promote it as much as we can because it is our finale. We're not going back to Forza Motorsport. And the winner of that race will be the final Forza Motorsport 7 championship at NBR. We're looking back on this game with a lot of happy memories, and I mean, this server would not be here where it is today without the game. A huge thanks to Turn 10 and all the studios and developers involved in creating this masterpiece. We've had highs and lows. We can't wait to finish it out at Abu Dhabi next week for the Race for ALS Charity Championship finale. It's down to the line between Sunshine and Larry B the G. Who will win? Who will lose? And who will win a copy of the premium edition of Forza Motorsport? Coming in less than 5 days. Thank you all for watching. I'm signing out.